First look at Xiaomi EU ROM version 12.5.1 stable based on Android 11 running on the Poco X3 Pro. Hey peeps, what's up? Munchie here, back with another video, and in this video we're going to have our first look at Xiaomi EU ROM based on MIUI 12.5.1 stable running on the Poco X3 Pro. Android version is 11, security patches from May 2021. And those of you who want to learn how to install this ROM on your Poco X3 Pro, we do have a video for that which can be found in the description of the video. So this is how the ROM comes out of the box. You do have MIUI launcher, and good news, no poop launcher. Weather on your home screen works without any issues. Next up, let us have a look at the recents. Bam, here it is. You can of course change your recents to horizontal, and yes, you do get floating windows as well. And as you can see, floating windows are working without any issues. Only if I can get it to work. Yep, there it is. No issues with respect to the floating windows. Animations are pretty smooth as well. Power menu, bam, here it is. You do get the new power menu. Let us have a look at the volume panel as well. So here it is. Volume panel, of course, when you change your DND, you do get a toast notification along with a slider to change your DND as well. Next thing, let us press and hold on the empty space, and that should take us to the settings for MIUI launcher. Tap on more. So here it is, default launcher, system launcher, which is of course your MIUI launcher. You can change your system navigation, choose between gestures or buttons. In case you want to hide the full screen indicator, you do have a toggle for that, toggles for gesture confirmation, and swipe up from the corner for Google Assistant. A toggle is present for that as well. Then you can change your home screen to either have application drawer or say the classic view. You can also change your app categories, backgrounds, scrolling bar, and also change your -1 screen between Google Discover and the application vault. So Google Discover is your Google feed. Double tap on the lock screen is present, and a bunch of other options. And let us try to access the feed or your MIUI vault, whatever they call it. And here it is. You do have the new style of MIUI vault. Go into settings and display. You can of course blur your wallpaper. Headline option is also present, so you can change the background image for the application vault and add a custom headline as well. Me personally, I just prefer to not use the vault which they provide you. I prefer to keep it to Google Discover. And if you go into the blur app previews, you can select what applications you want blurred out in your recents menu. You do have a toggle to show the memory status, and here is the option to switch between vertical and horizontal recents. Next thing, let us have a look at the control center. So bam, here it is. This is your control center. You do have your SIM card data usage option, and swipe down, the brightness slider is now pinned, and here are the different tiles which are available to you. Swipe across, you can access your notifications. Swipe again, back to the control center. Pretty nifty. Smart devices are available, and this of course is your Android 11 Easter egg cat game. As you can see, it works without any issues. Now another thing to note is that Easter egg works and bubbles also works, but only for the Easter egg, because Xiaomi has not implemented Android 11 bubbles in their builds of Android 11, which I think is a bummer, but it is what it is. Next thing you will notice in your notification shade is that the notification icons are colored, and that I think is part of Xiaomi EU. Press and hold on any notification, you do get the notification options of allow, snooze, and if you go into more, it takes you to the setting for that notification. Next thing we can check is whether Hey Google is working or not. So as you can see, Hey Google works with the screen turned on. Let us turn the screen off. Hey Google, are you awake? Yep, as you can see, it works with the screen turned off as well, and the fingerprint scanner on this build works absolutely fine. Have a look at that animation. Pretty cool, pretty dope. Swipe and you do get the super live wallpapers working without any issues as well. Next up, let us have a look at the different applications. So yes, you do have the MIUI dialer, and if you try to go into the settings, call recording is present. Similarly, MIUI messages is also there. Weather application, we do have the new weather application, which does have pretty cool effects if it is, say, raining or you have thunderstorms. So that is there. Gallery application, yes, again the new gallery application is present. Select a picture, tap on more, and you do get the option of create PDF, adjusting, start a slideshow, recognize the text as well. And if you try to edit this and go into your sky filters, there it is. You do have a bunch of different effects, and of course make sure you're connected to the internet, and once you download it, it is going to, of course, download it from the internet and then going to apply it. And once that is done, you can of course turn off the sound as well. And if you tap on the check mark on the bottom right, it is going to create a video. So yes, all the effects are present. Other than that, in the gallery you do get your new view in the albums, and go into recommended, you have collage, grip, video editor, magic, ID, video effects. So all those features are available, something which is missing in the global build which Xiaomi has rolled out. Let us also have a look at the camera application. So if you go into more, here are the different options: night mode, 48 megapixel, vlog mode is there, time lapse, dual video, and clone applications. So all those features are present in your applications. Then if you have a look at the calculator application, again you get the new calculator app, which does let you calculate the BMI and stuff. File manager application is also the new one with the new UI. And the same thing applies for your health and the notes application as well. While we are talking about the applications, let us open Magisk. Now do note, my device is not rooted right now. I have only installed Magisk to check for safety net. So as you can see, safety net is passing out of the box. Let us open the Google Play Store as well. And once we are in the Play Store, let us go into the settings. About, here it is. You can see Play Protect certification, device is certified, which means you should be able to use your banking apps without any issues. In terms of YouTube media playback, everything works absolutely fine. You do have your picture-in-picture mode working, but do note, for picture-in-picture to work, either you need to be in a specific country or you need to purchase YouTube Premium. Live caption, Xiaomi never implemented live caption, so that is one feature which is limited to ROMs which are based on AOSP for now. Next thing we can check for is the widevine support. So here it is, DRM info application, and bam, here it is, security level is L1 out of the box. Next up, let us go into settings, have a look at the different customizations which we get. So first of all, wallpaper and personalization, bam, here it is. You can see we get the new UI for wallpaper and personalization. Swipe across and this is your lock screen view and this is your home screen view. Tap here, you can change your lock screen layout. You do have 4 different options along with the option of lock screen owner info. Tap on this, you can change your icon style. So here are the different icons which are available, and then you can also change the icon size as well using the slider. Tap on the default font, here it is. You have Roboto as the default font. If you tap on this 3-dot menu, it is going to take you to their online store from wherein you can download more fonts in case you want that. Then you can change the font size as well. A bunch of different options are available, and you can also change the font weight. Then wallpaper, here it is. These are the different wallpaper options which are available. So you do have super wallpapers. Tap on more, and 1 2 3, I think you have like 6 super wallpapers. Then tap on library and it should take you to the other options which are there, and tap on system wallpapers. These are the wallpapers which are baked in. So you do have the other cool looking Mars static images as well. Then if you tap on ringtones, you can change your ringtones. Again, the new UI you have. Similarly for notifications, and the same applies for alarms as well. So you do have the new MIUI 12.5 China build, weather, nature, fireflies, all of those cool effects are present. Tap on themes, you do have 5 different themes which are baked in, and you also have the option to import themes in case you want to do that. Next up, let us head over to lock screen. So of course you have raise to wake, double tap to wake on the lock screen to turn on and off your device. Raise to wake works absolutely fine. Let us test out the double tap to wake. So double tap to wake, double tap to sleep. Yes, working without any issues. Then you can configure your waking the lock screen for new notifications. Do you want power menu access on the lock screen or not? Wallpaper carousel. This is going to give you a new wallpaper every day. We already talked about the lock screen clock format. Then you have side panel shortcuts for your lock screen. So how do you access that? So let us say I'm on the lock screen, swipe, bam, here it is. These are my different shortcuts. Of course you can customize it and add more in case you want to do that. Select the add button and you can select any app which you want in that side panel. Then you can change your charging animation as well. So you do have 3 different options for your charging animations, and yes, they do look pretty cool. Then you have double press the volume down button to open the camera when the screen is locked, and you have a toggle for pocket mode as well. Next up, let us go into display. So in display you can of course switch between light mode and dark mode. You can also schedule your dark mode in case you want to turn it on at a specific time and turn it off at a specific time. Then you can change your brightness level. You do have sunlight mode and the option to configure your night mode brightness. Reading mode is present, and as you can see you do have the new UI for reading mode as well, and you can change it to classic or paper, and you can also schedule your reading mode in case you want to. Then you can change the color scheme as well. So you have auto, saturated, standard. You can also change your color temperature. Default, warm, cool, and custom are the options which you have. Next up, you can of course change your refresh rate as well. Right now we are running it at 120, and you can choose 60 also. Font size, we already talked about this. Then you can configure the full screen mode applications as well. You have a toggle to disable the auto rotate screen in case you want to, and a toggle to allow all rotation angles. Moving over to sound and vibration, we already talked about the different notification sounds which are available, the ringtone and the alarm. Then you have sliders for your volume levels. Sound assistant is your per app sound volume, and you can also configure your multiple audio sources, allow speaker sound, and adjust media sound in multiple apps. Enable this and you should have per app volume also. Then you have toggles for your silent mode, do not disturb, and again once you enable and disable this you do get a toast notification. You can schedule your DND or silent mode. Then you have a vibrate for calls toggle. Profile video for incoming calls is present. Go into additional settings. You can change all the different toggles which you see on your screen right now. I do prefer to disable most of them because I do find them kind of irritating. Then go into sound effects, and you do have the different preset sound effects which are present, and you also have headphone, remote, button control as well. So do you want to control the volume level or the media playback? Next up, let us go into notifications and control center. So for starters, you can choose your app notifications on a per app basis. Then you can configure your notification shade. Do you want the weather information or not? And what kind of notification style you're looking for, MIUI or the Android style. Then you can configure your control center. And with the new one, you can of course swipe down across to access your notifications. If you want to switch the control center side, so right now if I swipe down from the right, I get my control center. Swipe from the left, I get my notifications. Enable the toggle. Swipe from the left, I get my control center. So a good feature for left-handed users. And you have a toggle for collapse after touch as well. Then another feature is quick settings layout. So I think this is enabled when you are using the old version. You cannot use this with the new version of control center. Then once you enable your Android 11 Easter egg, you won't see it in your power menu. Why? Because you have the new style of power menu. So you see it in your control center as long as you choose here smart home. Make sure you choose it as Android R Easter egg. If I say none, you can see the Easter egg disappeared even though I have it enabled. Enable this and now it will come back. Then you can choose the items to show on lock screen, whether you want notification shade, control center, or smart home. And you can also configure your status bar as well. So you have toggles for all these options which you see. And yes, you do have the option to hide the notch, in this case the punch hole. Those of you who do not like it, the content will shift down, the punch hole area will still be used for your time and stuff. And then you can also configure your notch in individual applications in case you want to. Next up, you have home screen. This is where you have your customization for the system launcher. We already covered all of these. Password and security, yes. Screen lock works, fingerprint works, face unlock works without any issues. Then you have privacy protection. So herein you have the normal options which are there. You do not get the MIUI 12.5 China build options over here. And let us go into battery. So here it is, battery saver. You have a toggle for that. Ultra battery saver is present. Then you have the option to fix your battery issues, like in case you turn on dark mode, you will get 1 hour extra of screen on time. And other than that, you have these cool looking graphs as well. And you can of course slide and use the time feature to see what was your battery usage for that specific hour. Tap on the battery option on the top. It will tell you the temperature, how many times have I charged it today. Automated tasks is going to say turn on airplane mode from a specific time, or say turn on silent when battery reaches 20%. And you can also schedule your power on and off. So all these features are present in the EU build. Moving over to apps, you can of course configure your system apps. I did not find the option of removing system apps. Then if you go into dual apps, you can clone your applications. Right now the only options available for me are DRM info and the Magisk application. App lock is present and it works without any issues. Next up, we do have additional settings. So you can of course change your date and time, languages and input. Going to button shortcuts, you do have 3-finger screenshot, and then you have launching the Google Assistant. So how do you want to launch it? Long press home button, power plus home, multiple customizations. What is missing over here, I think, is the tap gesture. So double tap on the back and triple tap on the back, something which is present on the Mi 11X and the Poco F3. And the other feature which I think is missing over here is your partial screenshot. So all those options are missing for now. And before I forget, and before you ask me, if you want to enable this refresh rate on the top left, enable developer options, and then scroll down somewhere along here, you should see the toggle to show the refresh rate. Bam, here it is. Top left of the screen, it will appear and disappear. Other than that, in additional settings, you also have quick ball and one-handed mode, along with the option to clean your speaker in case it sounds a bit muddy. Going to screen time, this is the new screen time from MIUI 12.5 China. You do have a dashboard which shows you your screen time for the day, and you can change it to the week as well. Set a daily screen time limit in case you want to. View more statistics if you're into the numbers, and tap on focus mode. This is your stay away from your phone mode. You can change it to 30, 60 or 90, or if you tap on the plus button, you can enter a custom duration as well if 30 minutes is too long for you. Go into special features, you do have game turbo, video toolbox, floating windows, we already talked about it. Second space is there along with light mode. So what happens in light mode? Everything gets bigger. You only get the essential features like calling and messages, which just gets you even more battery backup. Other than that, let us now go back to the home screen, check out the app opening animations, and as you can see, there is a little bit of lag, but it's not super bad. I mean, I'm not missing the super cool Poop launcher. The recents are pretty smooth as well. Press and hold on any application. Here are the different options which you get. Let us try accessing our Google feed as well. So again, no jitters and no lags in the Google feed. 120 Hz does seem to be working absolutely fine. The only lag I think I noticed was when we were switching back. So yes, there was some initial lag when you switch back to your home screen, but that has now disappeared. Another thing which I would like to check is if the variable refresh rate feature is working or not. So right now it is set as 120. Let us check the recents. It is still at 120. Let us do one thing. Let us open a YouTube video and try to play that. So why do I play Formula 1 videos? Well, that is because they're generally at 50 FPS. So right now on the top left of the screen you will see 60. So variable refresh rate did kick in. Let us go ahead and maximize it, and you can see on the top left again it changed over to 50. Let me go back into settings, quality, advanced, change it to 1080p, 50 full screen. So yes, the variable refresh rate feature seems to be working because we are back to 50 fps now. Let us go back to our home screen, and as you can see, picture in picture is working. The screen refresh rate is back to 120, and when I select the picture in picture, it is back to 50. So that feature seems to be working without any issues on this EU build. So what is the final take for this Xiaomi EU 12.5.1 stable build on the Poco X3 Pro? Well, in my humble opinion, it's any day better than what Xiaomi gave us officially. It does need a bit of optimization, and all in all, a great ROM available for the Poco X3 Pro. And there it is, peeps. That was our first look at the Xiaomi EU 12.5.1 stable build based on Android 11 running on the Poco X3 Pro. And that will do it for this video. Hope my video helped you. Likes, shares and subscribes are appreciated. Feedback and comment more than welcome. See you when I see you.